Hello, and welcome to my Pre-Algebra review series. This video covers Chapter 3, Section 2, titled Estimating Decimal Products and Quotients. By the end of this video, you will have explored the concept of estimating products and estimating quotients. Presented here additionally is estimating to determine reasonableness. Please leave a like if you find this video to be helpful. Give your classmates a heads up too. It will more than likely help them, and it will certainly help this channel to be seen by more students. If you'd like me to cover any of these topics in greater detail, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I read them and I do my best as time permits. Please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon to be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get started with a definition. Compatible numbers. When dividing, you can use compatible numbers to estimate quotients. Compatible numbers are numbers that are easy to divide in mentally. When you estimate a quotient, first round the divisor and then round the dividend to a compatible number. Objective 1, estimating products. You can use mental math to estimate products and quotients. It's a good idea to estimate answers to check your calculations. Okay, example 1, estimating the product. Estimate 7.65 times 3.2. Well, earlier when we were looking at the objective of what we're doing here, it says to estimate for a product, we need to look at the dividend and assume where we could round this to, and it looks like it would round easily to to 3. Right here, the 3.2 could easily go to a 3. And if we set this to a 3, then we want to round the divisor to a number that's compatible with that. Well, a number that's compatible with that is easy to multiply. It would be like an 8. If you put an 8 here, it would be 8 times 3. 8 times 3, and that would be equal to 24, and that's an easy number. If you made it 7, then 7 times 3 is 21. I guess you could, but it's closer to 8 because the 6 rounds up to the 8. Okay, so that's basically it. It's approximately 24 is the answer. Okay, example 1, check your understanding. The directions for this would be to multiply them by estimating. Come up with an estimate. We'd start with A, but since this is a check your understanding, it's your turn. Pause the video. When you get back, we'll do them together. Okay, now that you've had the time to do these, let's give them a shot. A, 4.72 times 1.8. Well, I'm going to say that to estimate this, I would round the 1.8 to 2. 0.8 will round up to a 2. And the 4.7 will round up to a 5. And if I do that, 2 times 5 is 10. And I think you'd find that's a good answer. Let's try B. 17.02 times 3.78. Well, 3.78 would round to a 4, I think, pretty easily. And 17.2 is right there at 17. And if we do that, we can do this almost in our head. 4 times 17 is how much? 4 times 7 is 28. Carry the 2 over here. 4 times 2 is, 4 times 10, 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Answer 68. Let's go on with C, problem C. Again, we're going to multiply by estimating. The 19 should probably be estimated to be a 20. We're going to round that to a 20. And the 8.25, we're going to round to 8. Round down to 8. And 8 times 20 is how much? 8 20s is 160. Good job. Example 2. Here's a real-world problem. It says we're quilting now. Arlene bought 6 yards of fabric to make a Lone Star quilt. The fabric cost $6.75 per yard. The sales clerk charged Arlene $45.90 before tax. Did the clerk make a mistake? Explain. Well, let's look at the numbers. $6.75 Well, they're saying here, let's take 675, here it is right here, and round it up. That'll certainly cover, and we're going to round it up to $7. So the price has to be less than that because we're going to round, now we're going to multiply 7 times 6, and we're going to get 42. 6 yards of material at $7 a yard is $42 because we multiplied 7 times 6 and got by the number of yards of fabric. Did the salesman clerk make a mistake? Yeah, since $6.75 is less than $7, the actual cost has to be less than the estimate. The estimate's 42, and she estimated high, so the cost must be less than $42, but yet she charged $45.90. The clerk should have charged Arlene less than 42, and that's what we were just talking about. She should have charged less than 42. Example 2, check your understanding. So you're going to solve this. You're going to take it off and pause the video, I hope. And when you get back, we'll do this together. Okay, so now that you're back, it says you buy 8 rolls of film for your camera. 8 rolls. It's a nice even number. We're not going to be doing any rounding on this one. Each roll costs $4.79. Estimate the cost of the film before tax. Well, we're going to round the 4. So we're going to say 8 rolls of film times, what are we going to round $4.79 to? $5? Well, round it up. Nice and easy. Times $5. $5. 8 times 5 is $40. They estimate before tax approximately $40. Objective 2, estimating quotients. When dividing, remember these names for the parts of the division sentence. The dividend is the number you're dividing into. The divisor is the number that's doing the dividing. And the quotient is the answer, right? So in this case, 6 is the dividend, right here, 6. So this would be like 6 divided by 3. And that gives you the answer 2. The dividend, the divisor, okay? When dividing, you can use compatible numbers to estimate quotients. Compatible numbers are numbers that are easily divided mentally. When you estimate a quotient, first round the divisor. So if this was 3.1 and 6.5, you would round or 5, whatever the number is, 6.4, you'd round the divisor first, and then you round the dividend to a number that the divisor goes into easily. Okay, so when you estimate a quotient, first round the divisor and then round the dividend to a compatible number. Okay, example 3, a real world problem. Measurement. A bowling ball has a mass of 5.61 kilograms. Each bowling pin has a mass of 1.57 kilograms. How many bowling pins are about equal to the bowling ball in mass? You're going to estimate 5.61 divided by 1.57. So the 1.57, they tell us to work on the divisor first, round the divisor. So we're going to round the divisor to, in this case, 2. 5, the 5, the 7, 5, even the 5 at all will cause this to round to a 2. Then we round the dividend to a multiple of the 2. So this is 5. If we rounded it to 5, it would not be an even multiple of 2. But if we round it to 6, 2, since we're dividing, 2 or 6, 2 is a factor in 6. So therefore we can take 6 and divide it by 2 and easily in our head get 3 as a result. The mass of 3 bowling pins is about equal to the mass of the bowling ball. Example 3, check your understanding. Directions, estimate each quotient. So stop the video, go ahead and work on them, see what you come up with. I'm sure you'll do fine. We'll come back, we'll do them together. Okay, now that you're done with that, we're going to get back to it here. So problem A says we have 38.9 divided by 2.79. So the quotient rule that we have is to round the divisor first. So that says take the 1.79 and we're going to round it to, it's going to be approximately what? This will round up to a 2. Okay. And then we'll take the 38.9 and we're going to round this to something that is compatible with 2. And the 30, if we rounded this to 39, it's not compatible to 2. It's going to be some fraction. There's going to be a dividend, a remainder. If we rounded it to 38, it is divisible by 2, but the division's a little tougher. You're going to have to come up with but if we round it to 40, if we say it approximates 40, well, 40 goes in, 2 goes into 40, really nice. So 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. That was kind of an easy one that way when you round it like that. So let's do B. So we have 1195 divided by 2.1. So now that we know the rules, I'm going to write it differently this time. I'm going to draw a fraction line, and I'm going to put 2 in the divisor, and okay, and I'm going to put 12. 1195 rounds to 12 very nicely, and 12 is very compatible with 2 because the 2 into 12, it gives us a 6. It's approximately 6. I'm going to say approximately equal to 6. Okay, let's do C. Same thing. Round the divisor first and to a number, and then round the dividend to a compatible number that's compatible with the divisor. Well, we can round 425 to 4. Okay, and then 8250, if we round it to 80, 4 goes into 80, conveniently, it's going to go 20 times. 20 is our answer. It's approximately 20 is the answer. Yeah, if I write it there, I'll say approximately equal to 20. Okay? Example 4. Estimating to determine reasonableness. So this is a number sense problem, they call it. Is 2.15 a reasonable quotient for 17.931 divided by 8.34. So what they want to know is it a reasonable quotient? So, because the answer is 215, okay? So is it a reasonable quotient for this number? Let's find out. If we take and round 8, the divisor, 8.34 to 8, I'm just taking a guess at this point, and then something that 8 is divisible into, and over here we're going to get 17.9. If we round it down to 16, that's going to be 8's going to go into 16. How many times? It's going to go into it 2 times. And if we go over here, is an estimate of 2, is 215 reasonable? I'm going to say yes. The answer is going to be yes. Y-E-S. Okay, example 4, check your understanding. Directions, use estimation. Is each quotient reasonable? Explain. So they're giving you a division problem here. They're saying, like in A, they're saying 1.564 divided by 2.3 is equal to 0.68. They want to know, is 0.68 a reasonable answer? I don't know if it's correct or not, but they're asking, is it reasonable? If that's the answer you came up, is it reasonable? So you're going to use estimation, and if you're near the answer, the chances are yes. If not, so go ahead and try it on your own. Come back, and when you're done, we'll do them together. Okay, now that you've had the time to do them, let's do A together. So we want to know, is 1.564 divided by 2.3 is 0.68 a reasonable answer? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to round the divisor down to 2, I would say, from 2.3 down to 2. So I'm going to say 2, and that's the divisor. And we're going to say, since this is 2, we're going to round 1.56. Well, we should round it to 1.6 because that would be like 16, okay? So I'm going to say 1.6 because 2 goes into 1.6 pretty easily. We're going to say it's 0.8. And is 0.8 is kind of close to 0.68. So I'm going to say yes. 0.68 is a reasonable answer. Okay, let's try B. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the divisor right here, and we're going to round it to a comfortable number, let's say. We're going to make this 5. Round 4.98 to 5. And we want to take now, and we're going to round the dividend to a number that's compatible with 5. So 5, what's the number's compatible with 5? Near 26. Well, probably it's going to be 25. That's pretty darn compatible. And there they are. 25 divided by 5 is equal to 5. Well, so we're saying now is 52.3 compatible? And it says here probably it looks not to be. Okay, it's kind of close, but it's not as close as our original answer was. We probably want our answer to be closer to 5.5, 50.5, maybe near 51, but that I'm going to say that this is no, it is not.